Hello, my name is Ray, and welcome back to the adventure that is Elodie's life. These are my co-hosts Taylor and Peyton.
Ray, introduce us properly. They can't see who you're pointing at.
The one who's all crabby about doing stuff right is Taylor. It is I, Taylor the Crab.
Peyton, please don't make this more confusing.
The one impersonating Taylor is Peyton. Don't trust her, she's a liar. Oh, if some of us are liars, then how can we trust you? Yes, because I'm the one in charge. It's the Ray show, kinda. Anyway, welcome back to our Castle of Eternal season. Same season every single day.
It is always cloudy. It is never a good time for sunbathing.
It's probably why Elodie is so pale.
Nova must be close to the equator to have a constant climate like that.
It's a real shame, you know. We're never gonna get Elodie in a Christmas special with a little Santa hat. It's just summer or springtime or whatever all year long.
It's probably a really fertile area, though.
That is why Elodie doesn't have to govern very much. Yes, because everyone can just take care of themselves.
Well, that's not true. There's all kinds of horrible things that live in the forest. Magical monsters that impale people with their brain powers.
But our government doesn't do anything about that. Yes.
Well, duh, they're an endangered species. They're magical things like unicorns, only they feast on human flesh. If we kill them off, there'd be no more of them.
Yes, that is the point.
You know, historically speaking, by around this technology level, I think that England probably deforested most of their local area and killed off all the wolves.
Well, that was because they put a ban on burning coal, though. For two reasons. I think partly because it smelled like sulfur or something, which made the church upset because that's associated with hellfire. And the second reason was because the coal was polluting the heck out of England.
How come we are never presented with such delicate decisions? Yes.
Because the game only lasts for 1 year. Any kind of long-standing decision like that wouldn't come into play.
You know what I think? I think that makes this a pretty good politics simulator, because you're totally wrapped up in all your own little circles and your own little social stuff. Everyone else is kind of a void space with nothing in it. I mean, there are people, you're in charge of them, technically that's your job, but we never really see them except for the occasional PR thing. We're actually more personally invested over whether or not our dad is sleeping around with the blonde girl.
I think you just described one of the largest faults of a monarchy system in general. In fact, that kind of thing is what brought down the French aristocracy. The problem that France ran into is that their aristocracy had become a microcosm unto itself. It was very highly centralized around the emperor, which was great when the emperor was really competent, but terrible when he was not. So, sure enough, they got a guy who wasn't very good at his job. Louis XV took the throne and he was terrible. A lot of the ruling class became way more focused on who Louis was sleeping with because that's where a lot of the money was going, and whoever could make Louis XV happy got more money and more influence.
Good old human flaws. That's why we gotta convince everyone that we're descended from a god. We're not prone to those dumb things that your neighbor does. We're an ascended human.
That is how we got the pink hair. Yes.
You know, I sometimes wonder if in anime universes that pink hair is like a bird of paradise thing. Like, we use our colorful plumage to attract boys, and the most colorful hair attracts the best, strongest male.
Yeah, and I suppose that Elodie should do some kind of call.
What kind of call would you do to attract guys?
Well, it depends on the guy, I guess. Like, if he's really nerdy, you give him a call up on the phone, you're like, hey, what do you think of the new edition of Warhammer? You really disappointed by those Tyranids?
Yes, I am.
No, not you. Like the guy. You ask the guy if he's
The
disappointed.
Tyranids took such a beating through 5th edition, I can't believe that their 6th edition codex is basically the same thing.
Never mind.
Don't men actually choose partners based partially on some visual things? Yes.
I mean, there's stuff, but, like, human courtship is complicated. You don't just settle on one particular thing.
I still have all these models, but I don't have the heart to sell them on eBay.
Besides, I guess that there are sometimes bigger things to worry about.
Guys, I haven't played a game in years. I'm starting to lose all hope.
There, Ray. I'm sure that there's a house-ruled codex out there somewhere that a game store will embrace. So, anyway, are we thinking about showing off any of Elodie's other costumes? Because we've gotten some.
Fool! Monopoly is the only costume. Yes. All else is heresy.
Oh cool, we got a gift. It's a throw pillow with a picture of a horse on it. Doesn't describe the horse though. Well, that was nice of whoever sent us a decorative pillow. We could give it to Alice. It's probably sort of a faux pas though. Let's keep the pillow. Oh, okay, and just throw it somewhere.
These are the difficult decisions we are called upon to make as Queen of Nova.
Taylor, are you sure that there's no way we can make politically relevant decisions? I mean, couldn't long-term consequences be replaced by short-term consequences? It's a game, it's all fantasy.
I don't know, Ray. What were you thinking of?
Okay, what if legislation comes up to ban coal, and then when we decide to ban it, monsters come out of the forest because we're chopping down the trees?
How is that different from the random stuff that already happens?
What do you mean?
Well, because all the events that happen in this game are kind of based on random guess and check luck. I mean, you get the skill rolls sometimes, but you never really know what they're gonna do.
But with coal...
Because how's the player gonna know that banning coal would make everyone use more wood, right? How do you know that Nova doesn't have a thriving whale oil market?
Well, okay, but let's suppose that there's a whole bunch of different options that you get afterward.
Which hopefully you studied for, because if you didn't learn the skills, then you don't get the options.
Okay, wait, this is wrong.
The Duchess of Mead has contacted us. I recommend execution.
Guys, she's looking for some girl who's gone missing? I don't know, I didn't recognize the name of the girl. And we gotta get a chart for these people, put their names on it. This woman reminds me of that girl from Cowboy Bebop, the one on the TV.
Oh, Ray, for shame. Are you implying that all anime characters look the same? That's racism.
It's not racism, they're fictional characters. It's like saying all the Fraggles look similar.
They don't look similar, though. They are all different colors. Yes.
But they're all made from the same little puppet template.
Oh, Ray. Are we gonna have to start calling you Ray the Racist?
But we've only seen these people one time and then they never show up again. How am I supposed to remember who they are? All I can do is loosely associate them with something else that I am familiar with. This lady is that half-naked girl from Cowboy Bebop. Our boyfriend is that guy with the ninja info cards from Naruto. It's the best I can do with only one playthrough. Reminds me of freaking Dynasty Warriors, where there's like 40 playable characters and some guy shows up and he's like, I'm Peng Tong! And then he vanishes. You never see him again because he died in a battle that you weren't even participating in. I mean, I think our cousin, maybe not our cousin, I don't know. Her name was Brianna? She died off screen.
Someone is playing with the lights.
It's a sign of portentous doom.
Doom adds a +1 to Afraid. And well, it looks like your divination skills don't actually let you know anything about the doom that's coming towards you. It just lets you know that there's gonna be doom.
It did say there's gonna be war-based doom.
Do you know what else would be an amazing divination skill? The ability to reload a past save. Guys.
I'm sure there's gotta be other uses for divination. They wouldn't let you waste all your valuable study time on a skill that's basically worse than a second playthrough.
I don't know. I'm still waiting for that horse riding check, and I haven't seen anything on Intrigue. Have you seen any ciphering checks? I haven't.
I am sure it is for the frustratingly specific request. Yes. You will be going along fine, and then the game will stop you and say, no, ciphering, 100. This is required.
It's butts is what it is. I call for rebellion on this. From now on, I request that we make everything based around our ability to do conversation. Everything will be about public speaking and flattery and court manners, and any of Elodie's attempts to do anything else should be overruled. Or even better, because we've got an amazing accounting skill, I say that we use that accounting ability to hire people to do things for us. We'll call them advisors.
We already have 2 advisors. It is our father and that woman who teaches us magic. Yes.
Guys, even in really high-end games where you get to choose your skills, you don't get that many choices.
No, I think there should be an AI.
There's no way they have the programming there to make a really competent AI for this game.
No, not that kind of AI. I mean like a little astromech droid to follow you around. You could give him a silly name, and whenever you want something to be done, you say, Tigger, use your divination skill.
You would name your slave droid Tigger?
He's not a slave, and there's only one. That's what makes him special.
Maybe instead of an astromech droid, which would just get you sued anyway, you could do like a cat or something. You could have a little pet.
I don't want an animal friend. They always make me go to school and eat healthy and stuff.
We have received a gift from the Duke of Kegels.
From our dad?
No, our dad is the Duke of Calories. I mean, Chloris.
Where is Kegels located relative to calories in wherever we're at? Where are we at right now?
You're in your castle.
I know, but what province is the castle in? And who is the Duke of Kegels again? What anime character does he look like?
I don't know if we've met the Duke of Kegel.
Why are we supposed to be invested in this stuff? I mean, don't get me wrong, Elodie is cute and all, but I'd have to pause the game and do research to figure out where these people are coming from and what it is they're supposed to be doing. I'm trying to think of all the relationships that we've developed, and we've got the Duke of Sedna, who's our fiancé, we met him once. There's the Duchess of Ursul, who taught us a little bit about magic, but not a whole lot. There's our dad, the Duke of Calories, who we've talked to a few times. And come to think, we don't even have very much of a relationship with our dad. Seems like all we know about him is that he's depressed. Maybe because of our failures, or maybe because our mom is dead, I have no idea.
Maybe our dad is always depressed. Yes.
Well, I think our mom was having some kind of relationship with the Duchess of Ursul, although I'm not really sure about that. I'm not sure about anyone's relationship to anything. For all it matters to me, I might as well be getting letters from Gorilla City and Jupiter.
I don't think Gorilla City is located within Nova.
I think they're in Africa somewhere, maybe in the Congo.
Well, on a single playthrough, you're probably not supposed to pick up everything about the country or the people involved. You probably get all those details through multiple playthroughs, which might be a little bit frustrating the first time through, but it gives you incentive to go back and do it again.
Oh hey, we got a big event we can go to. mounted parade, jousting, fencing, archery, music, falconry. We are not good at any of those things. So we will not participate. Oh, look how sad we made Elodie. But anyway though, I'm not sure if I'm a really big fan of that approach. It's fine if there's a lot of side characters and a lot of little details to pick up, but there should be some big macroscopic concepts that are just there the whole time.
What does our father do all day? He is the king regent, yes.
Maybe busy in his chambers with Siren, and occasionally he comes out to tell us, oh, by the way, there's a big event coming up.
Maybe the advisors are reporting to our father, and that is why it seems like we have none, yes.
You guys are kind of retreading old ground today.
Well, nothing has really happened.
To be fair, you guys are playing the game pretty safe.
Well, we don't even know what to prepare for, so stuff just comes up and we're not ready for it. In fact, the middle of the game was probably the best time for us, because it seems like they expected us to have some skills but not be maxed out on everything. Around this point of the game, though, they make you start checking multiple skills, and if you aren't high ranked in all of them, you die.
Right, the game goes for 40 weeks. You're at week 34. You have 6 more turns. I know for a fact that one of your fans has been desperately trying to get you the information that you need to play this game correctly. Have you looked into that?
No. If I have to read a guide, then that means I'm not a very good player.
Do you think that you're a very good player?
I think I am doing very good at being an adorable 14-year-old girl.
Sure, but you've only maxed out maybe 3 skills, and you don't have any allies.
I'm allies with the Duke of Sedna.
You have one ally, and it's your boyfriend.
Taylor, don't you talk bad about my boyfriend. Boyfriend is best ally.
We are under attack. Our time has come, you fools. Raise the army. The killing is coming.
That's it, we're doomed. Everything's over, there was no chance.
There is actually opportunity in this game to gain 4 magical allies. So there is a chance, or there was a chance, it's too late by this point in the game.
Well, no one ever told me that there were magic people I could hire.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a secret. Also, I think one of your cousins is gay.
What? How come nobody ever told me that? You mean that this whole time we could have been gossiping about one of my cousins, but instead we were trapped in the frickin' tower afraid of our poison chocolate?
Yes.
How come they didn't tell me that?
Because these are all supposed to be secretive things. You play the game over and over again, and you find out the secrets, and the little details, and the stuff.
So you mean to tell me that this game is purposefully designed so that if you don't have the right thing selected at the right times, then the game is just totally boring and you learn nothing?
No, that's not exactly the perspective I was trying to represent. Right, you've only played this game for like an hour.
I know, but apparently I've been going in circles this whole time, and there was nothing to indicate that I've been going in circles until I get to the end, and everything is ruined.
That's why you start a new game, and why the game only goes for about an hour. You're supposed to knock it out and have a lot of trial and error. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we're not going to get to see. For example, we could have raised a sea monster.
What? Yes. We could have raised the Kraken?
Yep.
We could have battled the Kraken with the gay cousin.
Actually, I don't think that cousin gets involved.
We should have known this would happen from watching Ray's terrible passive Let's Plays. Yes. Ray, it is you who is the lackadaisical do-nothing. It is you who has doomed us to a boring game.
What, are you talking about my new Vegas Let's Plays?
Yes.
I think I happen to be doing pretty well in those.
All you do for 30 episodes is run from danger.
It's a legitimate strategy. I think it's working pretty good.
Well, it has become apparent that this has no legitimacy in Long Live the Queen. Yes.
Well, excuse me, but it looks to me like we've made it all the way to the end of the game thanks to my caution.
Well, don't look now, Ray. I don't want to rain on your parade, but you did just lose your entire navy.
Seriously? But...
Our entire royal legacy crumbles before our very eyes. Ray has failed as our queen.
Nuh-uh, it's not my failing, and there's still time. I can still learn some stuff.
No, Ray. I'm afraid this is it. It's over.
But it's only been a week. We lost our whole military in 1 week?
I'm afraid so. The Novan military is really terrible.
Oh my god, you gotta be freaking kidding me. We don't have any generals that can use a limited number of troops just to hold like a pass, or... We have a castle! Can't we wall up inside the castle and wait for our military reinforcements?
Nope, I'm afraid not. It's all over in a week.
What is the point of living in a freaking castle if it can't survive an extended siege? Our fiancé is sending us help.
Well, speaking of your fiancé, you are given a choice. You can stay here and defend the castle from the siege, or you can run off with him.
Oh, take that one.
What? No, stay here and fight the enemy. Yes.
I'm sorry, Peyton. We've been a coward all this time, and a coward we've got to remain if we want to live. I don't think we have the skill checks to survive anything else.
You sicken me. Yes.
Goodbye, Nova. Goodbye, everything that I hope to accomplish here. I leave you now to go to Sedna, where I will live comfortably in a castle with another person. For me, it'll be much the same, except I'll be in charge of a smaller region. Good luck, peasants!
And so the sun lazily set on the reign of Elodie. Her reign was both brief and fairly uneventful. But fortunately, she lived. She never did reclaim the throne.
Darn. Well, so much for that. Thanks for playing with us, everybody.